had down next Mike McWhorter, but I don't see Mike McWhorter. And Zach, he's always ready to talk, so come on down.
Thank you for a minute. Last Friday, I finished going into all 95 counties. I started August the 3rd in my bus and drove over 20,000 miles in that bus and went into all 95 counties. And I say that as I start briefly today because I don't think you can prepare to be our state's next governor without going into all 95 counties and listening and understanding, especially the plight of rural counties. And I think that it's important that we do several things going forward. First, the next governor needs to commit to meet with regularly, not the governor coming in and speaking about what needs to be done, but coming in and meeting and listening to the county mayors. And actually, urban county mayors and rural county mayors face a completely different set of problems, and so I think you ought to have two separate meetings listening to locals. And I actually asked as I went through all the counties, how many times do you meet with the governor? And I don't think that's been happening. And it needs to happen regularly. Constant communication, listening to the problems. I got to tell you, before you can lead, you have to first be willing to serve. And I want you to know that I'm going to serve you and serve your needs. I've been greatly encouraged as I've traveled and met and listened, preparing to lead, by the work that you're doing, and frankly, your heart and what you stand for. Whether it's John B. Mullinax in Fentress County who greeted me and prayed with me in his office and every day sends me a scripture verse as I go about campaigning, knowing the rigors of campaigning. Whether it's Johnny Harris in Madison County who's not even for me but has treated me with incredible respect and cooperation. Or Brent Greer in Henry County who took me around and introduced me to his peers. William Baird spent a half a day with me in Campbell County. George Janes showed me probably the slickest justice center in the state, and he's proud of it. Walking right in the middle of the courtroom, interrupting people to let me say hi to them, and it made me nervous, but I was grateful. And to every one of you for what you do, rural broadband, got to be a big issue, got to be everywhere. If you want the quality of life, low cost of living, people taking care of each other, the benefits of rural Tennessee, you got to be able to communicate with the country and the world and do business. Transportation. Mike is standing here. His dad said that every county seat ought to be connected to an interstate highway with a 4-lane road. It hadn't been done. And there's a lot of places where roads and infrastructure are absolutely key, not just to competitiveness, but to survival now, based on these unemployment rates. This constant issue of meeting and listening and learning and having a rural economic development agenda for our state. There are good examples around our state of that being done. We need to make that a top focus and priority. But most importantly, I just want to leave you with this thought. I am going to serve you because you are elected to lead these counties. And if you're running for re-election, go get re-elected and then get ready for a new governor and a new relationship and constant meeting and communication. That residence is going to be yours. These meetings are going to be often, and I'm going to listen to the needs of your communities so that we don't shortchange you on funding for education, so that we try to equalize as much as we can the economic and community development monies and the education monies. But we're going to have to do more with less, all of us. It's going to take extraordinary cooperation. I look forward to working with you, and I thank you for what you do for the people of Tennessee.